again and welcome back. If you are new around here, then hi, nice to meet you. And if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. Now, this is going to be my drugstore haul try-on of the XX Revolution Extortion Exclusive Experimental palettes. They've just got double X's in front of everything and they've got slightly different names. It's fucking weird. But if you haven't been here before, my name is Alana and I'm a 30-something lady from Scotland who likes to talk about makeup, skincare, hair care, travel, shit like that, with a massive sprinkling of sarcasm on the top. This is not the look that I come out with at the end of the day. I need to just let you know that just now, because I gave these a go. I tried the purple and I tried the blue one. I haven't tried the green yet, and green one I'm holding out for you, and I tried the blue one. Spoiler alert, it didn't go to plan. So, if you want to see me turn out like an 80s mom, and like as if I'm somebody from the episode of the Goldbergs with blue eyeshadow and bright pink lips, it might be quite funny. You might get a laugh out of it, then just keep on watching. But it ain't good. It's really, really bad. Right, okay, so let's get started. I think I'm going to have to get some of the, what you call them, the wee clips that don't put marks in your hair, because this fringe is getting a bit riotous. And to be honest with you, I know I could wait for the hairdresser, but my hairdresser is so popular that she put up like a waiting list, and already it's, sorry, that was my insulin pump, just in case you were like, what's that fucking beep? Yeah, her waiting list is already, looks like it's booked out until about fucking June. So this is just going to have to stay long, annoyingly so. But the fringe, I think I'm going to have to chop, give it a wee trim. I've done it loads of times myself before everybody starts being like, oh my god, you know, don't do that, you'll fucking make a mess of it. I've done it loads. What I was going to say was, now, I did put up a Boots haul on this channel, but I also done a Superdrug haul over on IGTV. I don't know if you've seen that, which was majority of stuff ELF. I also got some high-vis liners from Barry M, which were quite interesting. I actually tried one yesterday, the blue one, which was really, really nice. What else did I get? Like a lip gloss, things like that. But what I might do is, because there's so much ELF, I might do a full face of ELF with that stuff, and today I will use the stuff that I picked up from the Boots haul. So one of these XX palettes, the XX Revolution palettes, I don't know which one. I've done green quite a lot recently on the channel, so I don't think I'm going to use, even though it's beautiful and it's right up my street, I don't think I'm going to use it. I might go with the purple, because it's not something I've used very often. It's not something I do use very often, and why not be out your comfort zone a wee bit? Should we do lavender? Lavender for spring? Will we try it? Let's give it a bash. Alright, so hopefully you're at a kind of decent size, or height I should say, for my eyes there. I hope so. Oh, here comes Nutbag behind me. Do you know, this is the Lara Face Sponge. I've really been enjoying this. Not so much for foundation, but kind of just for all over, giving a little blot if you think, oh, things have got a bit funny and a bit greasy or what have you. But fucking found the cat the other day, throwing it about, thinking it was a new ball for her, and I was like, you bastard. Let's get started. I'm going to use this purple palette. This is the Experiment palette. No, I'm not, because I fucking took the wrong one out, you absolute tool. I took the blue one out by accident. Right, sorry, we're going to use this purple palette. I'm going to go in with this one here first. I don't think they have names. No, they don't. They're just called 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to go in with the lightest shade first. And let's see where that takes us on quite a nice fluffy brush. I just want it down there as a little bit of a base, a bit of a background colour. And we will see where we go. You can't see it though, can't you? We will see where we go from there. Okay, what do we think to that? There's definitely something there, but it's just a little bit something, just not a lot of anything. So let's get going. I didn't expect that to be wow. I didn't expect it to be wonderful, but really not much payoff at all. Okay, so that's definitely a kind of cool toned mauve, I would say. I don't know how I feel about that. It's something, there's definitely something there, but I'm not in love with it. So let's add a little bit of colour. I'm going to go in with that bright purple. Let's do that because it looks the most interesting. I'm going to take quite a stiff packing brush with the purple and just see. Oh, There we go, I've just kind of packed it on there and now I'm going to gently blend around the edges. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of patchy. It is kind of patchy. I feel like this is something that probably would go very nicely over the top of a base colour, like if it had kind of interesting, maybe even over the top of something like the Eyes to Mesmerise pot, that's the rose gold one. Like something with a little bit of warmth to it, but then the purple on the top would maybe really pop with a pink undertone. But it's not blending fantastically. I wonder if you can see that. And it's kind of itchy. I can see my skin through them, which isn't horrific. I can deal with it. I've used eyeshadows that are like this before and you just kind of build them up and you get there. I think there's nothing wrong with buying an eyeshadow that's a bit more of a budget eyeshadow. It still can get you to the look you want to get to. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But sometimes it's kind of just blending away into a grey. That's what I feel just now. It's not fantastic, is it? I don't love it. Let's try the other side. So I definitely feel that when you start to blend it, it warms a lot. Like it does. It looked kind of blue purple in the pan, but actually it's probably got a bit of heat to it. It's probably a little bit more warm pink toned than it looks like in the pan. I'm not gonna lie, this is really skipping. I don't know if you can see that there. Here is like all kind of clumped, but here is not a lot of anything. I'm not sure how I feel about these. I'm just gonna add a little bit more depth into the crease to try and hide that monstrosity. It looks okay, like it looks alright in the fact that, you know, I've got a kind of smoked out purple eye now. It's okay, not in love with it. I'm gonna go in with, there's this other one here, it's like a frosty purple. Let's try that on the inside and then maybe the gold across the top. I'm just gonna take the purple on a tiny little brush. This is the Lara Fate EO2. The other two brushes that I used were e.l.f. brushes. They were just drugstore brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna take this across here. Is it just that I don't like cool toned colours, or is this just a lot greyer than, I mean that's just really darkened up the inside of my eye. Right, I'm going to take a really stiff packing brush and try this gold to see. The gold is really soft, like you can just see where I put the brush in. The gold is super duper, I think, is this like a pressed pigment? Actually, it's so soft that when I'm dipping my brush in, it's like the lightest pressed powder, so much so that it is just like a pigment that's been not properly pressed in the pan. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know, it's almost like a liquid. Can you see that? It is almost like a liquid. So I'm going to go in with my stiff brush for this and take it right across the middle, because I'm not going to lie, I am not enjoying this look at all. I think it's a bit amateur hour, and oh god, look at the big flecks. Oh my god. And it's not really blending either. Oh fuck. This is the worst fail I think I've ever had on my channel. Usually I can get things to work in some form or another, and you kind of think, okay, I'll keep going, we'll get there. But at the moment, I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen today. Just going to use my finger. Okay, so finger, much better. Yeah, definitely much better. Fine. But I'm still not in love. I'm going to take a little bit of that purple just round about here. Let's make it into some sort of halo eye I can salvage. I'm going to bring the dark purple in here as well, because I don't like that lavender in there. So let's just make it a proper halo eye. Alright, so we've went a bit disco. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't hate it. I don't think it's great. So like I say, I've just put my finger in. I'm going to show you close. So as I said, this is really soft. I've just put my finger in, so much so that you can actually see the pan at the bottom now. Not loving these. Definitely goes on much nicer with your finger. That's fine, that does happen with glitter shadows and pigments sometimes. That is not news to me, but I don't know. I think that considering these are normally £10, I mean, I got mine for like 16 for the 3 of them because they were on offer, but I would not pay £10 full price for a quad like this because it really isn't worth it. Now I think I could continue, make this a halo eye, be done with it and be happy, right? But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to go and wipe my face because I want to try one of the other ones to see what the consistency is like of the other shadows. But also, I didn't plan on going to the supermarket today like I was going to the disco. So what I think I might do is take this off, see if I can get it to look a little bit more cool rather than, I don't know, like, I think you know what I'm talking about, but you know when you go and you've maybe paid for somebody to do your makeup and they do it like this and you're like, this is not what I asked for. That's how I feel at the moment, so hold on a minute, I'll be back. Right, okay, I've just went and wiped my eyes. I've got a little bit of a hydrating spritz to the face. I'm going to pop on a little bit of the CeraVe eye cream because I've really been enjoying that. Now I felt like that other palette was skipping quite a bit, so let me prime my lids as well, just to give it a chance, a fair chance, because a lot of people might have been thinking we should have done that the first time, but a lot of the time I don't do that day to day. I mean, who could be arsed? I couldn't, so I don't usually do that, and a lot of the time a lot of the makeup I use goes on no problem. So let's just see how this goes. I've just used a wee bit of the NYX dark circle corrector because I think that's quite nice for a bit of a base, and I'm gonna top that with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury what's this, Airbrush Flawless powder, just a light amount, just to prep the lids for smoothness, I suppose. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this teal colour here first. I'm gonna give that a bash. Alright, so this is going on a little better, so maybe priming the lid was a good idea, so I've got to give them the benefit of the doubt here. That's a wee bit better. I'm gonna try and make it kind of blown out a little, but soft still. I don't want it to become too kind of pageant makeup, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so I don't hate this colour. I think it's actually quite nice. I think I'm going to just build up a little bit more of it. It's still skipping, it's still happening. Okay, so I'm hoping you can, it's patchy. It's super duper patchy. The areas where the colours became a bit more concentrated isn't too bad, but around and about the outsides, I am not in love. And that's just the teal colour, and I do feel that is quite dark. So if I wanted to, for instance, use a darker colour, this one here, which looks like a super royal blue, I think it's going to end up a really dark look again. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it brighten up, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to go in with the lightest blue, the baby blue almost, and take that right across here. Just once I've got the shape I want, once I've salvaged this. Okay, I'm going to take that baby blue just right across here. I actually don't hate the baby blue. I think the baby blue is quite nice, and baby blue is not a colour that I regularly wear. It feels a little high school to me, because when I was in high school people wore baby blue eyeshadow with like fucking pink. Do you remember the pink lipstick where it was like a heather? It was called, I think, for 17 and Boots. That's not too horrific. I don't mind that baby blue. I actually think that baby blue is probably very nice. I do feel like this has got a bit 80s blue. That's annoying me. So I'm gonna take some of that royal blue colour now, the darker one. Just run that here, just to pick it up a little, because I think it looks too silvery. The baby blue looks a bit silvery here now. Now the kind of glittery one in this, the blue, I'm just going to touch it to see if it's the same consistency as that gold. It doesn't appear to be. It's much stiffer. It's not like the other one. So it's actually kind of a blurple colour, like a blue. I'm just going to fucking whack that all over the top now, because this has just all went to shit, to be honest with you. Right, this is a fucking mess as well. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I think it's the mattes. The mattes are awful. The kind of glitters and the shimmers that I've used are actually really nice with a finger. I think they would be really good toppers as well. But, see when I think you can get these for £3 and the quality of the shadows is really good. Okay, they maybe don't have crazy colours. But you can get them for £3 and these full price are meant to be 10. Yeah, I'm not loving it. I'm gonna take that blurple colour just all over the other lid and see how it goes over the top of the mattes and just basically make the blue the kind of, that is beautiful, right? Just make that the main feature. I actually think that is gorgeous. Alright, so this side I'm much happy. This has just went to shit. So basically I've just put that blue all over the lid, just using my finger, pressed it on, kind of blurred the edges a little and added a little bit of the royal blue colour just on the outskirts here. And I think that is pretty fucking fantastic. The colour of this blue is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal, I love it. But I have to say, like, all together, they don't work brilliantly. So what I'm gonna do is go and redo this eye so it looks a little more like this, and then I'll come back to you and we'll get on with skin because I'm aware I can't fucking keep moaning about these eyeshadows. Okay, so I've kind of got it to somewhere that I'm happy with. And I do think that this blue colour in the corner here, this one, the kind of softer one, is actually beautiful. Like really, really beautiful and gives this gorgeous effect across the eyes. The others, obviously in the inner corner here is the light blue. The other two, they're quite difficult to work with, I'm not gonna lie. They're not great, but what I will say is you can definitely get a good effect, an impactful effect, like wow, bright blue across your eyes if you want it, but that wasn't easy. That wasn't the easiest. I feel like this almost gives like that almost blue morpho effect that you get from the Bodyography ones. Obviously the blue morpho you can put on with no dark background and it would look really ethereal and blue, whereas this one had like a dark base to it. But I feel like it's kind of similar in that respect, and I do think once I've got it on there, it is actually very, very pretty. Okay, so I've put some gold under there. It doesn't go on great with a brush, which is difficult because obviously my finger is not going to be useful for getting under here. So I'm going to run a little bit of the blue just to fix this bit here because it's a little disjointed. Okay, I'm not thrilled with it, so I'm not fucking going to keep going with it. I'm just going to stick on some foundation. Do you know what? I'm not even going to show you this in this video. I can't be bothered because I really like this and I feel like this is just a mess. So I'm going to quickly get on some concealer. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. The number 7 one. I'm just going to leave the rest of the face kind of there because I'm just not enjoying this. This is not what I thought it would be. I'm not enjoying it. So fuck that. I'm going to go in with a butter bronzer just to kind of warm my face up a wee bit. Where's my fucking big bronzer brush? Yeah, I'm just going to go in with this to warm up my face a little. Still really, really like this. Think this is lovely. Have consistently been using it since I got it. You can see already like the amount of warmth that adds to the face. And I don't feel that it is too cool or too warm. It's a really nice neutral bronzer for me personally. I mean, you can see there all of a sudden. Face is fucking massive and now it's got a little bit of definition to it. I'm gonna, do you know what, seeing as we're already here and we're a bit 80s fabulous with blue eyeshadow, let's just fucking take it 80s style. Let's just do it. Where's that blusher? Now, this stuff here, this is crazy, right? Absolutely fucking crazy. But I actually think for the summer, this would be quite interesting. But I'm gonna just use it today because obviously this look has not went to plan. I think this is possibly my first fail video ever. Okay, so that was like 2 dips and you can see how crazy it gets. So I'm just going to put some in the palm of my hand there because I wanted it to be crazy but not that crazy. Okay, so we're going to take it really high and really fucking 80s because that's what's happened today. I watched the Makeup Magpies the other week, and maybe 2 weeks ago now actually, and they had done like 80s stuff, and I fucking loved Steven's. Yours was amazing. I liked everybody's, but specifically, like, I really like guys, androgynous guys in makeup. I think it's amazing. So I really enjoyed your look. I'm gonna take it right up round here, don't even care, and we're gonna look like an 80s mess. Now this blush, although with this look looks a bit fucking scary, I actually think that the blush itself is beautiful with a very light hand. I've not done that just now because obviously we're gonna make it a look. We're gonna make it, even if it's a fancy dress look, we're gonna make it into something. Now I think I'm gonna try this eyeliner. This is a new one. It's like a liquid liner, but again, let's just go there. Let's get really 80s and put a big flick on the side of that. Okay, so we're going 80s trash at the moment. That's what it looks like. 80s pop princess trash. I'm gonna put a little bit more bronze on because it's just a little too red. It does actually look like I've got sunburn now, and I usually like that look, but not today. Highlight wise, I don't have anything. I've just got this. I'm just gonna pop that right along here. It's actually not as frosty as I thought it would be. I thought it would be much more like a Tin Man effect, but it ain't too bad. Now finally I'll put on some mascara for a start. We're going to put on the Flower Beauty one. You know I like that. I'm not going to brush my brows up a bit, seeing as we're going 80s, because obviously in the 80s you had very skinny pencil brows, so I am not going to brush them up. What I might do, should I make them more arched? Maybe a little. Hold on. Okay, so let me arch them a little bit more, because I feel like that would have happened in the 80s. I know people had much skinnier brows in the 80s, but I'm certainly not going to be plucking mine just for the sake of a fuck up video. Okay, so I've put on some lashes, well not like lashes, just mascara, and I'm going to put on a pink lipstick because of course fucking 80s trash, fabulous. What am I going to top it with though? I think the Gloss My Heart pencil #1, because it is a kind of pinky one. Let's use that. And I'm going to top it off with this. This is the Pitaya Plump from L'Oreal. It's the colour Riche, but it's the plumping one, and it's super duper pink. So let's just do that, because this just became a how not to do your makeup video, quite frankly. Oh, that's got like a minty tingle to it. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so there we go. How not to do your makeup. How not to do it so that you look like an 80s fabulous fucking ma for the 80s with too much makeup on, too much rouge, pink lipstick and blue eyeshadow. Pretty much nailed it, didn't I? Pretty much fucking nailed it. Alright, so let's just give you a little roundup here. These I do not rate. Okay, so it's very difficult because the blue, the sparkle, things like that, I'm like, okay, yeah. The pressed pigments. This one though, however, as I showed you, it just crumbled into nothing. The blue one is very, very nice. I will say that blue shadow there, this one, is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really do like it. But the other one's not so great. I just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's even fair for me to be like, oh, this eyeliner was okay, because I've put it on top of this fucking makeup look. And I don't think it's fair for me to say this blusher was okay or not, because I've put it on top of this makeup look. I think the pigment of this is intense. It is crazy. And actually, I actually really do like the look of that with a different look. I will try this again. The eyeliner, as far as liquid liners go, I actually thought it was very, very nice, but a little fatter. Like, see in here when you've got like a little brush, you kind of expect to get really thin. There, I don't know if you can see, like, it does look pretty fine, but just a little fatter than I had hoped for. So the long story short is, I don't rate these. If you think, oh, I really want a blue shadow, I've not tried the green one yet, so I can't speak about the green one. Maybe that will be different. But if you think, I really want a really nice blue eyeshadow, I mean, if it's on offer, you can pick it up for a couple of quid, maybe, because it is quite a nice, this one here is very nice. But do not pay £10 for these. Just gonna say that right now. Don't pay £10 for them. They ain't fucking worth it. That is the honest to God truth. I'm so glad I didn't pay full price for mine. Yeah, this is a look, isn't it? I'm gonna go wash my face now and just put on something a little nicer, because this is crazy. This is absolutely fucking crazy. And with that, I will see you all again in the next one. If you have managed to stick around in this one because it's turned into such an absolute fucking bomb site. What can I say? Sometimes it just doesn't work. Makeup just doesn't work sometimes. And yeah, today was that day. So I'll be back again with another one. Please come back. Let's do something a little bit more neutral, a little bit more cool. And maybe if I use kind of more neutral tones and stuff, maybe just with a pop of liner or something like that instead. Let's do that, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.